I'm about to head out to the Download Festival for today. As you can see behind me, the weather is gonna be pretty shit during that festival. It's part of the game. We'll still manage to have fun. And they're also calling for thunderstorm, like forecasting for thunderstorm. Thunder is actually pretty fun during a metal festival. I'll try to show you what the Download Festival looks like anyway. Alright, let's go. I have to hire a bike or something to go. Hey guys, I'm Antoine Andrieux from Belgium. I just arrived in Melbourne and went to the Download Festival, and I'm gonna talk to you about my experience over there. First, I'm gonna describe you my schedule, that way you know the bands I've seen, and if you're not interested in those bands, well, just find another video. So the first band that I saw was Clown. Then I saw Bad Cop, Bad Cop. Then I went to Sabathon, but not really. I was mostly there for Gojira. And then saw Amon Amarth. Then Mastodon, but not really. And then I went to The Story So Far. After The Story So Far, went back to the main stage, saw a bit Good Charlotte on the side, and waited for Limp Bizkit. Then I saw Prophets of Rage. Then I went to see Arch Enemy. So that's it for the schedule. Now you know what I've seen and what I'm gonna talk about. So the main topics of this video are my take on the groups that I've seen and their live performance, not in detail, I'm not an expert. Mainly also I'll be talking about the vibe that was going on, because it's really like what matters to me. So the vibe that was going on in the pit and inside the public. Let's go and start with Clowns. Pretty early in the morning, people were kind of like warming up. Still, it's a pretty punchy band and pretty active and full of energy, so there was still a bit of a mosh pit. The performance, I've seen them before in Belgium and it was as good. And the performance in Belgium was a bit more extreme, and the singer was in a particularly good mood. I think he's always in a good mood, but in that time was a bit more extreme. Got plenty of fun. He comes every now and then next to the public. They can do a bit of crowd surfing. And things like that. You know, it was definitely a good concert, good vibes, good pushing around, little thought of a mosh pit, warming up, like I said. then I went on to Bad Cop, full female American band. Somehow a lot of those female bands, they don't get that much of a like mosh pit going on. On Bad Cop, there was a bit of like pushing around, but it was way softer than Clowns. I also saw them at the Grooves Rock Festival back in Belgium. Same time as I discovered Clowns, I discovered Bad Cop, and somehow they ended up here at the Download Festival at the same time, so that's pretty funny. And so yeah, I saw them. Performance was really good. They're a great female band, really punchy. So yeah, if you're into that, just check them out. Then I didn't see much of Sabathon. Like basically, I saw that, I filmed that. Which is not much. I was mainly there to wait for Gojira. French band. Already seen them from far when I was in one of the biggest French festival called Hellfest. I have the neck scarf here of the Hellfest, but I was quite far if I remember. But yeah, it was a great concert, and because it was their home country and everything, it was a different vibe. But I was not expecting that kind of enthusiasm. With Gojira here in Australia, I knew that they were touring around the US and around the world, and that they had like a very international fan base, but I didn't know that people would be that enthusiastic, and that some people actually were pretty upset because they were not expecting that. And I saw a girl walking out a bit almost crying. Too bad for them, but all the other people had a really good time. Shouting, pushing, moshing, and everything. So yeah, definitely, if you're into a good mosh pit, go check Gojira, and they're gonna keep going around and around. And yeah, they're definitely a good band to check out. Gojira. Went and kept going on and checked Amon Amarth. Already saw them too, but like I remember seeing them like definitely in the mosh pit, and it's a very memorable experience, I would say. They're a bit older Swedish band, so also from Europe, but a bit they're not that much older, but they're just like more seasoned, and they've been, yeah, I think more international than Gojira. Some fun things happen, so there's kind of a routine with the horn song going on, and people just start rowing in the middle of the pit, which is pretty fun. That happened here also at Download Festival in Melbourne. So I guess people were pretty much aware of how things were happening. One thing that happened in Hellfest that I remember is like when the people were rowing, some other people would just like surf over the rowers and they would like just pass them. That didn't happen here at the Download. But yeah, definitely Amon Amarth, a band to check if you enjoy a good, very particular, and like some of the things are just usual, but good moshing. Amon Amarth is the place to be.
Download! Fucking Australia! How the fuck are you guys doing today? You guys having a good time? Are you having a great fucking time? Oh, I thought as much. Well, it's good to be back here in Australia. Playing for you crazy skippies. Fuck yeah. And for those of you who don't know, we are Amon Amarth from Stockholm, Sweden, okay? And we decided to bring our thunder down under.
After Amon Amarth, I went to grab a drink. The Download Festival, great food choice. I didn't eat much and didn't drink much, but from what I saw, it was a great food choice. Price always kind of a bit more expensive on those places, but it was okay, not too bad. And so I kind of didn't see Mastodon, like just from far where I was getting my drink, and I joined friend and we went to see The Story So Far, which is a bit more of a less death metal, less hardcore, like more a bit teenager-y, but not too young, I would say. Then it was a good crowd too, a bit of pushing, shoving and everything. Definitely a good show, although the singer seemed a bit, I don't know how to say it, it was very formal, wearing a black shirt, sunglasses and everything, and not moving too much. He had an attitude in the way he walked. And my friend, who knows them a little bit better because he's from the US and they're from the US too, told me that usually he's a lot more aggressive and a lot more like jumping around and everything, and he might have been a bit sick, I don't know, or maybe he just changed style and want to be taken more seriously. Anyways, great public as usual. Here in Australia I really enjoy so far the public of that first festival I did. And I'm probably gonna keep going to some concert and festival here while I'm here, and enjoy that very good vibe. I think it's pretty similar to Europe. In the US, it's a bit different. There's a different climate, and yeah, definitely this Australian vibe is working with me. We go on after The Story So Far. I went to see Good Charlotte, like not really good. I was like going to wait for Limp Bizkit, and I saw Good Charlotte from the side. Then we keep going, and we end up at Limp Bizkit. I've already seen Limp Bizkit 3 different times since 2004, and each time I really enjoyed it. Even though the very first time I was quite young. I would say that here, so in Europe, and when I saw them the other times, they were very popular. It was kind of like the prime of their years, but the people were acting differently, at least at the beginning. And I definitely, like at least for the beginning of the concert with the crowd, had the same experience as I did with bands like System of a Down and Linkin Park, which to me are like much bigger and just bringing a lot more meth and everything. It's like a lot more people. So what ends up happening is like for the first couple of songs you just squished because people push from all over. There's not even a real mosh pit going on. It's just like being pushed, squished and all over, which can be overwhelming for some people. I understand that. I kind of know I'm getting used to it, and I know that after a while people get tired and you get to really start the mosh pit and having more fun and being able to like breathe a little bit and run around and do whatever we do.
We're so grateful and honored to be your guest in Melbourne, Australia today. Thank you so much for having Limp Bizkit. Thank you so much. Somebody might be down right here. Pick them up. Oh yeah, he's in a wheelchair. Bring his ass up to the stage.
Buddy, let this guy through. Let this guy through. Get in there.
This one's for you, baby.
concert of Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst's getting quite he was always doing his joke about break stuff, being like, oh, we're not allowed to play it tonight, which, because of the history with Limp Bizkit in Australia, if you don't know about it, maybe look it up, but because of that history, I was almost believing him when he said no break stuff. But I don't know, for some reason, like the last couple concerts I saw of him, is like, I don't know, like, let's not do break stuff, it's too violent or something like that. I think also they also tend to like put it at the end of the set when people are tired, because if they put it at the beginning, people can get really riled up by break stuff and break people. Like I was saying, Fred Durst a bit getting older, his beard got a little grayer, which is pretty fun. But yeah, it's definitely becoming more of a dad of the metal and things like that. Still with his style, but always has great punch. Going in the crowd, like with in front of the crowd and everything, really enjoys it. You can see that. In general, very good set of Limp Bizkit that I saw for the 4th time. Then we go on and switch to the other stage, the other main stage. So, like a lot of big music festival do, the two main stage are just side by side, and you can just switch from one to another pretty easily. And I actually got some pretty good spot on Prophets of Rage. So yeah, ended up being quite in front. Definitely good performance. I wish that they played a little bit more of their original song of Prophets of Rage, of the new album. I think they played like 2 or 3, and mainly it was Public Enemy and a lot of Rage Against the Machine song, which is what the people want. So I get that they played that, especially at a festival. So I'm guessing like seeing them at their own show, at their private, like their paid show, where they're the main thing. The main artist is probably a bit more Prophets of Rage than the other bands, although they probably also play a bunch of their old songs. Definitely a good crowd. I didn't get involved too much in the pit on Prophets of Rage. Probably the ones I've involved the most were like Gojira, Amon Amarth and Limp Bizkit. Getting pretty tired at the end of the day with Prophets of Rage. Great show, except there was a tiny bit of an issue, probably a technical issue, some transistor, I think, some amp just blew, and the sound engineer made a great work of just switching to an alternative thing, and it just like cut the sound for like a couple seconds and then went back up. So very minor incident. A bit deafening for for 1 or 2 seconds, but other than that, it was great. Mosh pit definitely on the Rage Against the Machine song, definitely a good mosh. So if you enjoy that, go check Prophets of Rage, and mainly I would say buy into their message. Sexy but not slutty in the way she wears. The voice of that girl is just incredible and very like a pleasure to witness and to see those kind of bands, female fronted and still very, very hard. Which is kind of an exception of what I said before about female fronted band, which have less moshing, but there's a couple of exceptions like Walls of Jericho and Ark Enemy are definitely some of those. Probably some others that I might not know about. But yeah.
Way too fucking long since we've been here in Australia, so it's absolutely fucking amazing to see all of you.
Then just went back to the exits, checked corn from far, which is what I usually do, and went back home. I probably forgot to say some stuff, so I might do it later. Anyways,